Om. In this session, we will look at the topic of self-love, appreciation for ourselves, gratitude for who we are. One of the important ingredients is to not get lost in selfish love, to keep a certain humbleness and purity to our self-love, making sure that it is not an ego-centered, self-righteous, and in this way isolating understanding of self-importance. Self-love is either not cultivated sufficiently. People beat themselves up, feel bad about their actions, go into this loser mentality, victim role, negativity, doubts, and then struggling in our frustration. Or it goes to the other extreme of a certain arrogance, a pride of showing off and self-importance and self-centered. The world turns around me. Forgetting about others, stepping on their toes, using them for my own advantages. So either too much self-importance, inflated ego, or a certain self-judgmentalism, judging ourselves, putting ourselves down, keeping ourselves small. And somewhere a balance between those two is a humble attitude of self-appreciation, accepting ourselves as we are, without the need of having to show off and improve myself to be more successful in my self-importance, but also not getting lazy and frustrated and digging myself into my kind of shyness, timid mouse, tiny little victim role. Finding the balance between those two, accepting myself as I am, with all my strengths and all my weaknesses. Knowing that I don't need to hide them. They are part of the whole thing. They are part of what I am. And I stand for my strengths and my weaknesses. And I look at both of them and see if maybe even my strengths can be in a way unbeneficial. For example, I like words, I like to talk. Yeah, you can say it's a strength, but it can also be too much. Then not giving other people the space to talk. Because for me it comes easy to talk a lot. Can I step back from my strength and give other people space? So you see, it's not only cultivating the strengths and getting out of the loser victim role. So not going into the extremes, but finding that happy balance between the two extremes and enjoying, appreciating ourselves and every moment, anything that is happening to us, embracing it with an open heart, holding it with a certain care, yet neutrality and detachment, not taking things personal. Loving ourselves with all our strengths and weaknesses, as mentioned, embracing also our shortcomings, seeing that they are a result of our past experiences, the people we met, what they showed to us, Accepting also the limitations which these people brought onto us. The closed-minded, narrow-minded thinking, which we received from some of our teachers or family members. Forgiveness. Forgiving them is easier if we also forgive ourselves. If we love ourselves, then it's easier to love others. If we are very strict and rigid and judgmental with ourselves, it's somewhat likely that we will confront others with a similar attitude. So, peace in many ways starts within. If we find peace within, then it is almost natural, organic, to spontaneously also find a peaceful connection with the people around us. And then more and more we understand that these people are actually not as separate as we think, as our mind tries to convince us in this kind of me here, you there, separated, differentiating approach. We more and more in this loving connection with ourselves and with others, we see our intimate connectedness, our relatedness, our codependency. Not in a negative way, but just together we make it happen. Where is your drinking water and your food coming from? Could we do it alone? No. So, not seeing others as so separate, but also not just as service providers to support me. No, connected. We are in this together, literally. We breathe the same air. We walk the surface of the same planet. We destroy together Mother Earth. So together we gotta take responsibility and make a difference. Loving ourselves, loving the people around us, loving Mother Earth, who supports us so much. We take it for granted. We frequently miss that appreciation. So starting with self-appreciation and then growing wider and wider circles, sharing the gifts and passing on the high vibe, living with an open heart, embracing our own strengths and shortcomings, but also giving others space to be confronted with limitations and to grow in these challenges. Seeing things as they are, accepting them, instead of always expecting how they should be. So not expecting, but accepting. Because expectation creates disappointment. If I think I will be the world champion of this or that in the next 2 years, by that time and date, this expectation might create disappointment. And then if I only come in second, win the silver medal, I beat myself up that I didn't train harder to make the gold medal. I feel like a loser, even though I might be second best on the planet. And not even in that moment I can love myself. Just being too harsh, too competitive with ourselves and others. And that creates separation. That elbow mentality creates friction. But then I kind of give myself the elbows, feeling bad about myself. Insufficient. Not good enough. almost there. We're human creatures, we're always almost there, but never quite there. Running after the next carrot, instead of just arriving in this peaceful space within, appreciating our body and mind as it is. And that does not result in passivity or laziness. It's just a certain sense of acceptance and detachment, which is a prerequisite for effective engagement, that we can step forward in a humble way. We stand up for the righteousness with humility, without the self-importance, without the ego. I was there. I saved the world. No. Hopefully we can all make a small but significant contribution. That's the invitation. Loving ourselves, loving others, and loving this wonderful planet. Thank you for participating in the love of the world. And you can thank yourself for accepting your body-mind as it is. Best wishes for your journey back home, into the heart. I hope you enjoyed this exploration of self-love and self-acceptance, and we are curious to hear about your experiments, your tips and tricks, how to embrace yourself, love yourself as you are. So please share those practical recommendations in the comments, and if you like this video and maybe even follow us on the different channels, so other people can also find this harmonious relation with themselves. I'm sending you lots of life-loving wishes from the Balinese Yoga capital Ubud. See you very soon. Namaste.